Hi, my name is Paul Draus. I'm a professor of sociology at the University of Michigan-Dearborn. I've been teaching classes inside the Michigan Department of Corrections since 2008 using the Inside Out Prison Exchange model, which involves bringing students from the university inside prison facilities and holding classes with university students and incarcerated men and women in the same classroom. As a result of those classes and discussions that take place in those classes, a lot of students, both on the inside and the outside, have developed an interest in different ways of thinking about how we approach issues of crime and justice in our society. And one of the alternative ways of addressing crime and wrongdoing that has most interested people is that of restorative justice. The videos that you're about to see represent some of the work taking place inside Michigan prisons. This is both a document and a reflection of efforts that have been developed, led, and implemented by men who are incarcerated inside the Michigan Department of Corrections. So I hope you enjoy what you're about to see, and thank you very much for your attention.
What's going on, man? Man, I ain't expect to see you, man. Man, I ain't got nothing to say to you, man. I ain't seen you in 15 years, man. Man, where the CEO at, man? I got a ride, man.
Gee, come here, man.
As you know, my name is Daryl, and I will be co-facilitating this conference with RRIMPs. Thank you all for attending. I know that this is difficult for you, but your presence will help us deal with the matter that has brought us together. This is an opportunity for all of you to be involved in repairing the harm that has been done. This conference will focus on an incident that happened at the Detroit Reentry Center on May 5th, 2017 concerning G and his father, Mr. Young. It's important to understand that we will focus on G, on what G did and how that unacceptable behavior has affected others. We are not here to decide whether G is good or bad. We want to explore in what way people have been affected and hopefully work toward repairing the harm that has resulted. Does everyone understand this?
Yes.
G has admitted his part in the incident. I must tell you that you do not have to participate in this conference and are free to leave at any time as anyone else. This matter, however, may be finalized if you participate in a positive manner and comply with the conference agreement. G, do you understand?
Yes. All right, we'll start with G. G, what happened?
Prior to me being in the world, I got locked up for violation of probation. What led to that was me losing my job, and I turned to criminal activity. I call it armed robbery, and I'm currently facing 4 to 6 months in DRC. Upon arriving at DRC, I ran into my father, Mr. Young, who I haven't seen in over 10 years. So I said some hurtful things to him, and that's what we're here for.
Okay. What were you thinking about at the time?
Actually, I was upset prior to my conviction, my violation of probation, and where I'm currently being housed at. So I was upset and angry, and to top it off, me running to my father with ice on the cake.
And if you don't mind, can you share with us what you thought about since the incident?
What I actually thought about was how I disrespected my father. I didn't give him a chance to open up to me or have a conversation with me, and I just feel like I should have handled it a different way. And I was hurt by it.
Okay, and who do you think has been affected by your action?
I think my entire family is affected by my actions, but mainly my father, because he's the one that I took it out on verbally and neglected his
family's been affected? How?
My family, mainly my mother, grandmother, immediate family, because of the mental stress and me not being present in the life in the household, and it took a toll on all my family members.
Mr. Young, what was your reaction at the time of the incident?
Well, at the time, I was really trying to focus on my next step, coming home. I didn't expect to see my son coming into prison when I was leaving out, so that kind of threw me back. But when I saw my son, as he said, it's been over 10 years. So I wanted to try as quickly as possible, just embrace him and really just, see where his head was and check his temperature. And reject.
How do you feel about what happened?
I was devastated. That's my son. And to be rejected like that, it took me down.
Mr. Young, what has been the hardest thing for you?
The hardest thing that day was, it seemed like I was leaving prison and coming to prison at the same time. But also seeing my son, knowing that how he feels about me and not being able to do anything about it at that time.
How did your family and friends react when they heard about the incident?
Well, the only person that I could share with immediately was my friend Rick, because he picked me up from prison. He knew when I got in the car that something wasn't right. There was no joy of being out. So I had to tell him what was going on. He's been able to get ever since.
Let me ask you, Rick, what do you think when you heard about the incident?
When I heard about the incident, I thought it was something tragic. Mr. Young was very sad in his last week, right before he got out, to come back home to be with his family, to start experiencing life. But since he's been out, it's kind of taken a reverse. He's been very down. Although he probably doesn't want to admit it, I feel like he's felt a little bit of guilt because he was locked up for 10, 15 years, not really able to be his son's life. And his son is almost like a mirror, where he's seen him make the same mistakes, so he would come back and we're going to prison. So there's a lot of different layers to it.
How do you feel about what happened?
I feel sad. I feel sad because Mr. Young, at the same time, is experiencing great joy of getting out and taking back his life, but at the same time, he's also not being able to share some of the time with his son. So it's sad.
What has been the hardest thing for you?
The hardest thing for me is not being able to help it, seeing the situation, but there's nothing that I possibly do to change any of the circumstances.
What do you think are the main issues?
I think the main issues are communication. Mr. Young did not have the greatest communication with someone who was in prison, and because of that breakdown in communication, when his son was entering, they never really were on the same page. So I think with this family group conference, being able to open up those lanes of communication will go a great deal.
Mr. Kareem, this has been difficult for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Would you like to tell us about
Well, anytime you see, father and son not getting along, it's a terrible thing in our society nowadays.
it? What did you think about when you heard about the incident, when you first heard about it?
I was very shocked and surprised at the irony. What's the chances of something like that happening, at that particular time? One coming in and one going out, the odds against that are slim. I was very shocked and surprised to hear it.
How do you feel about that?
sad and hurt by it also, because you have too many fatherless children out there, you know, and just to hear it, you know, adds to the statistic. It really hurt hearing that.
And if you don't mind, can you share with us what has been the hardest thing for you?
Well, I'm a prisoner return program facilitator, and I've had many opportunities to talk with G one-on-one, and I watch him go through this emotional roller coaster ride from anger to pain to hurt. And several times I have to talk him off the cliff, tell him it's gonna be all right. So that's been very difficult trying to hold him together.
And so, that being the case, what do you think are the main issues here today in this situation?
Well, respect and lack thereof, communication, and the absence, the bond that hasn't been established because of the absence. So those are great issues, I think.
Is there anything else you want to say at this time, G?
I just want to say, I feel like this is a stepping point for us to restore our father-son relationship. We gotta take it one day at a time. I'm not willing to, because I'm still hurt from the fact that you neglected me and wasn't in my life, and I feel like you abandoned me. So I'm kind of in my feelings about it.
Okay, Mr. Young, what would you like from today's conference?
What I would like from today is to begin on a fresh start. I know we got to take small steps to get to a satisfactory level in relationship in terms of father and son. And me not being there for you all of those years, I know that's kind of hard to just overlook. But we have to get on the communication line as well as respect line, because at the end of the day, I'm still your father. And to be talked to the way I was and to be disrespected the way I was, I understood it at the time. You can't sit in that moment. So I'm just asking that you give me a chance to begin to get on a new start.
Okay. What do you think about that?
Everything sounds good since we having this meeting, this conference, but I believe actions speak louder than words, and you wasn't ever there for me, so I feel like you abandoned me, like I said, and I'm not really ready to accept this until I see action behind the words. So I'm still like got my brick wall up. I'm willing to take it one day at a time.
Okay. So, what is it you would like to have more respect? I want to clarify what it is that you are looking for in regards to
Communication and respect for starters.
communication and respect. Is there anything else, Rick, that you would like to say with regard to agreement or something out between you?
I think a really good way to start communication might be doing outings where you guys both go out and not learn each other, figure out what your interests are, trying to start facilitating some of those bonds. So maybe hosting or going out doing something small or just to spend some time.
Anything? Are they working out their agreement? Is something that you had to say?
No, it sounds good. This is starting in the right direction.
Okay.
Because you have to start somewhere, and I appreciate us coming together and trying to bend these two. Because when they hurt, we hurt.
Okay, because, and I just want to take this opportunity before we close the conference. We're going to write up the agreement, and the agreement was that you wanted to spend some time with him, but you wanted to be respected by him, and you have agreed to that?
I agree.
Okay, and you also mentioned about taking your time, and that was okay with you, Mr. Youngster? Okay, we're going to put everything in writing. We want to formalize the agreement, and that we're going to have some refreshments after the conference, after this year is over. But I want you two to stick around so that you can sign the agreement. And I'm going to basically conclude. Anybody have anything else to say before we close? Get an opportunity. Okay. Well, thank you for your contributions to dealing with this difficult matter. Congratulations on the way that you have worked through the issues. Please help yourself to some refreshments while I prepare the agreement for you all. Is that okay? All right. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
So, G, could you tell me why did you want to be a part of the Restorative Justice Conference?
The reason why I want to be a part of restorative justice is because I wanted to repair the damaged relationships towards my family and loved ones, and I wanted to take the time to take responsibility for my actions.
Okay. How do you feel that your actions have affected the people in your family?
I think it had a negative effect towards my family because I'm being dependent upon my family for financial purposes such as money, being locked up, they mentally stressed and tired, just the roller coaster I've been going through, and I just feel like I took a toll on my family.
Okay. And by being a part of the conference, what do you think is the benefit of that is going to be in the future?
Actually, I believe it's going to be a positive benefit because I'm building structure and I'm reestablishing connections to my family before entering back into the society.
Restorative justice offers a very effective tool in the family reunification process. Family reunification is to bring back together the family which has been divided or torn apart. We all are here by some actions that led us here, and our actions are a direct result of hurting someone in our family. Family reunification also helps reduce recidivism rate. With strong love, support, and trusted family members, you are less likely to commit a crime or reoffend because your actions will affect not only yourself, but those who love and care about you. Family reunification is important because when we leave our families, we leave the siblings that look up to us. We leave our mothers that need our help. We leave the lady next door who need us to carry their groceries in. We hurt our family as well as our community by our absence. We must repair this. We must repair the harm we've done. When families are unified again, it gives the offender accountability and regaining his trust from his family. Not only trust, his respect. Don't walk out of prison the same person you were when you came in. Make amends, give a fresh start. Let your loved ones see and know that you have changed and you are willing to be the man and the leader of your family. The Michigan Department of Correction and the International Institute of Restorative Practices are playing their part in healing our communities. And only a fool would not take advantage of the restorative justice family reunification process. We thank the MDOC and the warden for making their efforts into bringing healing to our society. Because when we heal our families, we heal our communities. And we heal our communities, we heal the whole world. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Something very exciting is happening here. We have a system of justice that has in large part failed the community as well as the offender. There is a 10-point comparison and contrast that I want to show so you would understand what restorative justice is all about as opposed to the traditional criminal justice system that we've been under. The violations against the system is the way the system is set up today, the way criminal justice is really carried forth. And this is crime against the state. You often hear about the people versus so and so, so and so. And it's kind of abstract where it's not really personal enough for other people in the community. The harm, in contrast, the restorative justice deals with the harm done to a person or the community. 2, establish blame as guilt is what the criminal justice system is set up to do right now. Not solving problems as restorative justice does, and it repairs the harm that is done. 3, the victim is largely ignored. I mean, when some crimes of violence, they get a chance to give victims impact statements, but for large part, they're ignored, especially when it comes to the sentencing or the punishment or what is to be done in healing. In fact, there's no healing really considered. It's just retribution. The victims in the restorative justice have rights and needs that are fully recognized in restorative justice. 4, the offender is basically passive. In fact, he's encouraged not to say anything. You have a right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you, and so forth. And then you have a right not to even get up and testify. In restorative justice, the offender is encouraged to take responsibility, because that's the only way healing can take place. 5, accountability is punishment under the current system of justice that we have. But accountability is demonstrating sympathy and helping to repair the harm done under the restorative justice system. 6, the focus is on the offender's past behavior. Whereas in restorative justice, the focus is upon the harmful consequences of the offender's behavior. 7, the stigma of crime is largely unremovable. You know, how often have you heard, you're a felon. You can't get this job, you can't go this place, you can't do this, in other words, you're a second-class citizen for the rest of your life. But in restorative justice, the stigma is removed through the appropriate actions of the offender. How he engaged the community or the people that he's harmed, or both, into healing and resolving the problem so it'll never happen again. 8, little encouragement for repentance is given under the current criminal justice system. I mean, you might have to, after you did the time, parole, and you'll go through that thing as a way of being perfunctory. I got to go through the motions so they give me a parole. But repentance is encouraged and forgiveness is possible under restorative justice. 9, the criminal justice system today depends on professionals for justice. People usually far removed from the harm or acts that was committed. Whereas restorative justice relies instead upon a direct involvement of those who have been affected by the offender's actions, which could be his family, which could be the community, which could be other individuals, his neighbors. The direct involvement where they have some say-so on how this can be rectified or how the healing process can begin. And 10, the criminal justice system today is strictly rational. You have a certain rationale that the system try to fit you or even the victim into that may not have anything to do with the harm that they're feeling, the hurt that they're feeling, the wound that they're walking around with. Well, restorative justice allows and encourages the free expression of emotions. That's human. You're not just all rational. We're not robots. So, it's an emotional experience that you go through when harm has been done and your crime been committed. It's emotion. It's not just purely rational. So, when you take the emotion out of it, you take the humanity out of it. Where restorative justice restores the humanity in it and deals with healing, not just retribution. Thank you.
I would like to take the time to thank the PDP program and the restorative justice program for reuniting me with my mother, my father, and the reunification. I feel like this is important to me because I'm establishing a connection and a bond that I have broke with her, and she deserves more than what I have provided for her and shown her. I'm sincerely apologetic about it, and I feel like she is thankful for the program too, because we got to meet before I come back into the community, and it's gonna work out in a positive way for us. We already got a contract in place, and it's basically stating that I'm gonna follow these rules to better our relationship and work and take care of my responsibilities and be the best son I could be.